Okay, today I'm going to try to work on this rocker and door, and what I'm having a problem with is this when I butt the fender up against here, I still have a little bit of a gap more than what I'd like here, and the corner of this rocker kind of sticks out a little bit further than the fender. It's not as smooth transition as it is on the other side. I don't know, maybe it's because I did this fender repair patch on the fender here and I didn't get it lined up quite right, or something went wrong. But anyways, what I plan to do is I'm going to add an extra piece here to this rocker, which is just going to be I forget what gauge this is, 16, I think it's 16 gauge metal. I'm going to put it here, and that's going to close my gap up, and then I'm going to split this rocker right here on the edge excuse me, here and here, and I'm going to massage it in just to where it'll meet the fender and still be with the door, and then weld it back up. So that's the plan there. So I'll bring you guys along as I get this done. So first I'm going to spot weld this piece of metal there. That's just going to give me a little bit of extension on the rocker. It's not going to be that noticeable when the door closes. The edge of this door is lined up with the edge of the rocker, so that's not a problem there. And that small piece of metal is not going to be that big of a difference, but it's going to close my gap up enough here on this fender where the fender meets the rocker. So I've got my welder ready, and I'm going to spot weld that in, or plug weld, whatever you want to call it. Alright guys, I'll be back here shortly. Okay guys, there's that piece that I was talking about. I split that rocker here on top and down the bottom. That'll allow me for that metal to come in and out. Got a few spot welds here. This one here is not very good. The other ones are real good. It's just this one here, I didn't have my welder set just right, but then I got it dialed in and put those two other ones down at the bottom. But it is holding, so I've got to put my fender back on so I can adjust this where I need it, and then weld everything back up. And while doing this, I was grinding here with my 36 angle grinder, and I hit the damn door right here, flattened it out, so I no longer have this round edge here. I just got a flat spot here. So after I pull the door off, I'm gonna have to probably get this area down to metal and maybe hit a couple of beads here and then round this off a little bit. Shouldn't be too hard to fix, but it's just screw ups that shouldn't have happened there. Anyways, bring you guys back whenever I get some more progress done. Clean up a little bit on this area here, and then hang my fender so I don't trip over everything in the world here. Alright, bring you guys back as I make more progress. I had to go back and redo this fender here. This is not a lot of body filler, it's a thin layer here, but I had to patch panel here, and I guess when I did the panel I didn't get the shape correct with this brace and everything, because I had to cut that brace at about here and repair it, re-weld it, because it was rusted. So I'm guessing I didn't try it on the car when I did it, and it just wasn't lining up with my rocker here. So I took this, redid it here. I didn't redo the patch, I just took everything. I had some body filler on it too, but fiberglass covering this weld part. But anyways, I redid it, got it the shape that I wanted. It's not a lot of filler, it's less than an eighth, probably a 16th, all through here. And then I had to split my rocker here at the bottom a little bit to try to get it to come out, and I also had to extend it probably 3/16 of an inch to close this gap here. So I'm in the process of welding my rocker back, and everything seems to be lining up now. My doors lines up here with my fender along here, but I will have to work on this gap. I got a pretty good gap starting point here till it gets to about here, then it starts to widen up. So my plan is to weld some rod along the edge, close this gap up, which I think I can pretty much do. So that'll pretty much finish this side. I thought I was done with my metal work, but apparently not. But this is coming out pretty good now that I've got it to this point. Hey guys, Sam here. Still working on this side of the 64. I've got the rocker repaired back together. I think I'll show it in my previous video that I had to split that rocker. My plan was to weld a piece of rod on the door along here, and I probably should have gone that way. Might have been easier, but what I decided to do was add it to the fender, and I'll show you what I'm getting done over here. I've got my garage packed. So far I've got this piece of metal shaped here, and this is 18 gauge metal. By adding this on top of this fender on the side here, it's going to extend me just right where I'll have the 3/16 gap from the door to the fender. So let me see if I can get this. Oh, there it went. Okay, so I cut this piece of metal out, shaped it to fit here, and now I'm going to continue with a straight piece. Well, there it goes again. Oh well. So I've got it to this point here, and now I'm going to shape me a piece of metal from here down to this point is where I'm not getting my 3/16 gap. So from here up, then I'm going to, I guess, grind that metal down here at the tip down to nothing, and then, you know, this down this way is good. So as I get the metal here welded, I'll bring you guys along and see how that turns out. If this doesn't work for me, then I guess I'll weld the rod on the door. But I really don't see why this won't work. So as soon as I get this on here, I'm going to weld it, spot weld it here like that, and then just weld all the way across down. I don't know which is more work, is this or the welding a rod on the door, but either way it's work. Okay, I'll bring you guys back as I get this done. Thanks for watching.